Hi, it's Ray and Dean
Back again
on the YouTubes and internets, coming at you not live,
No.
taped on a Tuesday.
Yes.
I guess we used to be low budget bets. Now we're gonna be
The Ray and Dean's football unspectacular.
unspectacular football talk.
There we go. Close enough.
I like unspectacular football talk with Ray and Dean.
I like that too, and I just can't talk.
Yeah, and it's just kind of a spin-off of low-budget bets. After the overwhelming popularity of low-budget bets, we just kind of had to take a year off. We had to pull like a Dave Chappelle, where we're getting offered, $50 million and just had to go spend a few months in Africa.
It's incredible.
But back by popular demand, we get asked all the time by strangers just,
all the time.
Hey, where is low budget bets? I say, listen, man, that's not my life anymore. I'm just a gas station guy.
Yeah.
But now I guess
We're both.
we're
the next internet sensation.
yeah, we're back into the fray.
Yes.
And ready to get lots of hits.
All 20 of you guys, we thank you.
Anyway,
wait for the new Twitter handles coming soon.
Yeah, we'll get some Twitters going out there. Will be some tweets. And I don't know if we'll do anything more than that. If we get really popular, maybe we do like live streaming of like live reaction watching games.
Because you ain't seen nothing until you've seen us live.
Yeah. Yeah, then we'll tour across the country and do shows live and stuff like that. Probably
It'll be great.
Be
It'll
coming
be
up
great.
soon. Anyway,
I think Rush is opening for us for one of our shows.
that'd be fantastic.
That would be outstanding. That's the limelight there, folks.
One of the things I think we're going to get away from, though, is, we're about to do some predictions here, what we think will happen for the season, but I think the sports gambling prediction stuff, I think we're going to kind of get away from. We might have a few bets here and there, week to week, that we think are slam dunks that we might talk about. But for the most part, the format's just going to kind of be us sitting here talking about football for a few minutes, and that'll be a lot easier for me to edit. And yeah,
or not even edit at all. This is
it.
This is what you get, folks.
This one's probably not going to be edited hardly at all.
No.
But anyway, Dean's got some stuff he want to talk about. I got some stuff I want to talk about, all centering around football. I guess. Well, here we have it on our board here. We got the Dean and Ray predictions, and we're gonna go through our division winners, and then we will
pick a couple of wild cards.
Talk about our wild cards, Super Bowl prediction, maybe some MVP talk and things of that nature. So. Anyway, Dean, let's get right into it here. You got your AFC.
Start with the AFC East. We got the Patriots, Jets, Dolphins, and Bills. Come on, folks. I think this one's about as no-brainer as it gets.
Let me just write it for you.
Yeah, you can go ahead and put the Pats on down. I'm going to assume you're going to say roughly the same.
Yeah, I'll go with Pats as well. I think that division. It's just bad. Aside from the Patriots.
Yeah, it's about as weak, and it's a quarterback-driven league, and if you tell me Sam Darnold, Ryan Tannehill, and Nathan Peterman can beat out Tom Brady, no, I don't think so. That's about as lock as you can get.
Not yet, even as a 41-year-old man or however old he is. So what do you got for AFC West?
AFC West, let's see, we've got the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Broncos. I think this is about as wide open a division as you're going to get. I like the Chiefs. I'm just not sold on the Patrick Mahomes thing, which leaves the most balance and the best quarterback in that division. I'm going to have to say it's going to be the Chargers.
Okay. Go Chargers, go.
San Diego Superchargers.
Yeah, except they're not in San Diego.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The LA Superchargers now. Sorry.
I know a lot of people are picking the Chargers. The Chargers are probably be a decent team, but
and vogue pick, yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Chiefs.
Gonna jump on that Patrick Mahomes bandwagon early.
Well, I just think their defense is so good that they can shut down the other three teams, and they can run the table there. They can go 6-0 in that division potentially.
They have so much speed on the offensive side of the ball.
That too
Tyreek Hill. Wow.
As long as they're not turning the ball over a ton, they got a defense. They're not going to have to score a ton of points, so they don't have to play super risky offense, throwing the ball 40 times a game. Even though with They might, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, we'll move on to the AFC North there.
To the AFC North. Why don't you go ahead and start us off this time?
AFC North, I think, is another division that's kind of not so good. And as much as it pains me to write this with my Browns jersey on, as much as I hate the Steelers, and I know most of you folks out there on the internet hate them as well. I think it's pretty obvious that the Steelers are the best team in that division. What do you think?
I hate to beat a dead horse with a stick, but we'll go back to the quarterback factor and stuff. Joe Flacco, never been sold on him. There's a reason why whoever's going to start for the Browns is, there. Andy Dalton, woohoo! Yeah, it's got to be the Steelers.
Yep.
And stuff. Okay, well, we'll move it on down to the AFC South, where we got the Colts, the Jaguars, the Texans, and the Titans. I think this one's going to be a hotly contested one. What do you like?
I'm going to go ahead and say that I like the Texans here. Simply because if they got enough talent on both sides of the ball. They got, if their quarterback stays healthy, he's a decent quarterback. They got probably a top 3, top 4 wide receiver. They got 3 dudes on defense that are all, top 15 defenders. And this is, again, if they all stay healthy. If they all
That's
stay healthy,
be the question. Yeah.
They could win 12, 13 games. If they start getting banged up, then maybe only 9 or 10. But we'll see. But I think all things being equal in terms of the injury factor, I like the Texans.
No, yeah, I'm sold on him. Deshaun Watson, if anybody watched this guy in college, how he could have dropped as far as he did in the draft. He's everything you want in a quarterback.
Absolutely.
He doesn't make stupid decisions. He's mobile. He's smart. He can handle the pressure. Look at that last game against Alabama. I don't care. I was sold right there on the guy and stuff. So, more to come with the Texans. I see them as a possible Super Bowl pick.
Okay.
Hint, hint.
We'll move it on to the NFC side there. We got the NFC East, where we got the Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, and Redskins. And, I think we both feel there's a clear...
Yeah, I like what the Giants did. I certainly didn't think they made some bad picks. You had to take Saquon Barkley. He's going to be at least certainly one I'm going to tune in to watch for.
And they paid Odell Beckham Jr. too. So.
And as well they should have. If there's not many more certainly dynamic playmakers at the wide receiver position. I don't think Alex Smith was a bad signing with the Redskins. I think they're trending in the right direction, but I can't see how you can pick against the Eagles in this one.
So we're going to go with Eagles. I also like the Eagles simply because the other 3 teams, the Cowboys on paper should be a pretty good team.
Yes.
But for whatever reason, man, I just think I've kind of given up on Jason Garrett.
He's not a coach. I think you can throw him in with with Cincinnati's guy.
Marvin Lewis.
Just a guy that just can't seem to win the game. When it gets to crunch time. As far as talent, they have talent.
You got a ton of talent.
I really think if they can keep Randy Gregory out of trouble, I watched a couple of preseason games with them, and wow, he really looked like something special and stuff. So I think Cowboys, as far as defensively, got it. Ezekiel Elliott, I'm not sure there's a better running back in the league.
Todd Gurley.
But like I said, I'm still not sure. I'd take Ezekiel over Todd.
Really?
I would and stuff. He just, I don't know. I like him. I like him a lot.
Well, I guess in the NFC West, since you're so poo-pooing on Todd Gurley, you're not going to pick the Rams with your Rams jersey on then.
I might just have to pick him only because I'm not sold as anybody else. I think the Cardinals are going to have an above average year. I think the Seahawks are going to have a down year. I think this is a year that Russell Wilson loses his lucky unicorn up his ass or whatever he's gotten to stay healthy. I don't think he can take that much of a beating for this long in this kind of league and
I think
not
even
have that injury.
Even though he has survived the beating and he's still a young guy and he's built and he's fast. It's not like he's getting hit clean all the time, but it's just I don't know. Their offense just it's like it's almost just predicated upon
him finding something miraculously at the end.
like a almost like Aaron Rodgers, but not quite as in control, I guess. I think
close though.
It's close, but I think to compare, not that Russell Wilson doesn't have a strong arm and all that, but
nobody's got the arm that
Aaron does. Aaron Rodgers has a crazy strong arm, and he's also got that accuracy and just his football acumen, just everything about the guy is pretty incredible. But anyway, going on to my side here, I like the Rams as well. I think in that division, like you said, the Cardinals could be improved compared to last year. They might not be. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on the health of Sam Bradford, probably.
49ers,
Garoppolo. The 49ers, you're not really sure what's going on there, too. And I agree with you with the Seahawks that they're turning down. So
I certainly have. I kind of laughed when the 49ers signed John Lynch as a GM, straight out of the broadcast booth. But I really like the moves.
Decisions, yeah.
Like the moves. I certainly can't fault him. So, but I still not quite ready to buy into him yet.
Right. Yeah, and there could be a team too. It's not to poo-poo them. There could be a team that next year or the year after could be, who knows, a Super Bowl contender. Yep. But it's just right now on paper, we're picking division winners. I think it's kind of hard not to pick the Rams.
Well, that's the fun of week 1 in the NFL. Every team is tied, and every team's got that same chance. And
might be the only week.
Usually, except Cleveland's got a chance.
It's the only week as a Browns fan that
you look forward to.
Yeah, because they've lost 14 or 15 or 16 straight openers or something like that. Anyway, moving on to the NFL.
Not to mention 16 straight games plus with whatever they lost the year before.
Yeah, well, they're
on quite a losing streak.
They beat the Chargers in week 13 or something. So, if it wasn't for the Chargers, it'd be
a very, very
0-32. Well, they still are very bad. NFC North. Let's see what you got. You got the Bears, Packers, Lions, Vikings. Who you got there?
As much as I like Aaron Rodgers, and I don't think there's anybody better, I'm sold on Kirk Cousins. I'm certainly sold on the Vikings defense. I'm certainly sold on their team speed. I think that they showed what they could do with a journeyman quarterback. Okay, they lost Pat Shurmur. Now the head coach of the Giants. That's right. And stuff. So, but I think they got enough in place, and I really don't think that aside from Aaron Rodgers, nobody throws a prettier deep ball that I've seen in a long while than Kirk Cousins. Lions, Bears, and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and just stick it out on the Vikings.
Yeah, I like the Vikings, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Packers here.
I can't fault that pick.
Just because I think Aaron Rodgers coming off getting paid, and which normally when you'd say, hey, this guy got paid, now they're going to mail it in. I think Aaron Rodgers having that broken collarbone and getting paid, and he's just that kind of guy. And, don't get me wrong, and I'm sure most of you guys agree that he can be one of those annoying, smug, cocky kind of guys, but at the same time, I think that's kind of what makes him the great football player that he is. That he spends his time in the gym, he spends his time in the film room, he spends his time on the practice field. It's just and
it shows.
I think it's just we just kind of like Tom Brady or Drew Brees. These guys I think just eat, breathe, and sleep football.
They make everybody better. Everybody better.
Yeah, well, yeah. You look at some of just. I don't want to sit here and gush over Aaron Rodgers all day.
We could. That's true. We both could.
But anyway, we're going to move on down south to the NFC South, which you got the Falcons, Saints, Bucks, and Panthers. What do you think?
I think this is I think this is a two-team race. Buccaneers losing Jameis Winston 3 games. I'm not sure that mattered one way or another. Panthers haven't been the same since that crushing Super Bowl defeat. I think this is going to come down to the Falcons and Saints. As much as I like Drew Brees and have went on and on about this quarterback-driven league, I like Matt Ryan. I like the Falcons. I think they've got that team speed that'll overcome it.
The Falcons do have a ton of talent on the offensive side of the ball. Their defense is pretty solid all around too, and I do like the Falcons. But I'm going to pick the Saints here, just because their defense is much improved.
Who dat?
And I think they're going to be extra motivated in the offseason after that painful, unbelievably terrible defensive play at the end of that playoff game against the Vikings.
That hurt.
It's been sticking in their craw all season long, and I think it's a coin toss, but something tells me to go with the Saints.
I wouldn't be surprised on that either way.
So, real quick, just your wild cards. We got two wild cards in the AFC. You already picked the Pats, Chargers, Steelers, and Texans. Who would you say you'd want as your wild cards in the AFC?
I'm going to say my first one out of the bat, holding the number one wild card seed. There's a bunch of teams that I like. I like the Chiefs. I like the Colts with Andrew Luck coming back. Bengals always seem to find a way. I ain't sold on anybody in the East. I'm going to go ahead and put down the Chiefs as my number one.
Okay.
And every year there's always a team that comes out of nowhere and shows drastic improvement and goes from nowhere the season before to make it into the playoffs.
I really hope you're not about to do...
Dude, I'm going to do it. I like them. I like everything they've done for the past 3 years. I'm going to say the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to say they do it. I don't know how. I don't know why. But I like it. I like it.
There's no way you're picking the Browns.
I am picking the Browns. You can mark it down. Okay. You can put it down on the whiteboard. I said it. I said it right here.
Dean, we'll put a little heart. Browns.
Instant. This happens, and next year when we start this, I'm wearing the damn Browns jersey. Well, since my Rams left St. Louis just high and dry, sick of this crap. If next year, if it happens, I'm officially jumping onto the Cleveland bandwagon. You heard it here.
How many games did the Browns win last year?
Big fat 0.
Okay. Well, that's all I want to say.
There's room for improvement. I'm telling you. They'll be one of the most improved teams in the league.
Well, you kind of have to be. But, I would have thought that maybe a couple years ago when they only won one game and then they managed to win one.
They were saving them all up for this year. Yeah. The last 2 years have been saving it up for this year.
As much as I know you're wrong, I really hope you're right. But anyway, my AFC wild cards, I got to go with the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Colts, just with Andrew Luck, now that I've actually seen him throw a football a few times, and he looks like he's probably all right. I just think in the AFC, they'll be okay.
It's open.
And then I also think the Raiders would be my other wild card spot. I think just having Derek Carr and John Gruden will, helping him in his development. Not that he needs a whole lot of improvement, but I think he can help maybe just take him to the next level.
The offense, give it a more consistent. I couldn't fault that.
Losing Khalil Mack,
that's gonna hurt.
If they would have kept him, I probably would have said, they'll probably win the AFC West. But I really do think he's good enough to be worth half a game or a game worth of losses, however you want to look at that with your your Vegas odds and stuff. But
you can hold on to that, and for your NFC, maybe Ray's got a surprise Chicago Bears pick now. He's jumping on the Khalil Mack bandwagon.
If the NFC North wasn't so tough, I would say maybe they would have a chance, and that could be a sexy pick. But the NFC North is
I'd say that's about as
realistically all four of those teams. If they made it to the playoffs and had a wild card there, with the division winner and wild card, I mean it wouldn't surprise me that much. But anyway, so speaking of that, moving on to your NFC, who do you already got Eagles, Rams, Vikings, Falcons? Who do you like as your wild card?
All right, let's see. We'll go with my number one wild card. I certainly agree with Ray's NFC South pick with the Saints. I certainly can't argue with that one. So I got to go ahead and put them as the number one. You guys can call me a homer if you want. I don't think Sam Bradford's a bad quarterback. I like the way they're trying to groom Josh Rosen. I think the defense is going to be spectacular. Fitzgerald, David Johnson coming back. I think people seem
David
to
Johnson's
forget.
a big deal.
I think people seem to forget. Okay, yeah, he's coming off an injury. He isn't coming off a leg injury. He's not coming off a lower body injury. He's coming off a wrist injury. I don't think 1,000 is beyond the realm of possibility. I like the Cardinals for 10 wins. I like them for the second wild card spot. I do.
Well, I don't think that pick is nearly as bad as the Browns one there, but
You can laugh now.
I'm not laughing.
You're,
dude.
you're kind of laughing. I just heard a titter. I definitely heard a titter.
But it's more of a oh God, what's gonna happen with their season? Anyway, I'm not talking about the Browns right now. NFC. See, I picked the Eagles, Rams, Packers, and Saints. I think the Falcons will get the number one wild card spot there. And I'm going to go ahead and say that the Vikings will take the other wild card spot. So I guess that means your Giants fans, your Cowboys fans, Lions fans, all the I do think the 49ers again maybe next year or the year after could be something. They're trending. I think the Cardinals maybe in a couple years after Rosen takes over, which maybe that'll happen halfway through this year.
With Bradford's injury history, yeah.
But we'll see. But Larry Fitzgerald's going to walk away at some point too.
It's sooner than
that'll
later.
be a huge blow to them in more ways than one. Not just the production on the field, but just trying to teach the kids how to be professional and all that stuff. The team chemistry guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good guy. We're hoping to have him as a guest later on in the season.
Yeah, he'll probably be on maybe week 8, week 9, whenever their bye week is. We'll probably have Larry on.
We're in negotiations. Don't worry, people.
Yeah. So anyway, aside from all that, so your Super Bowl picks, who you got in the AFC for your Super Bowl?
I like the Texans. I really do. You got J.J. Watt, and I'm sorry, there's no better defender out there. Jadeveon Clowney went merciless. Their secondary is top notch. They've got enough on offense to do things. When you get to the playoffs, it's all about the defense. It does make that shift from quarterback to defense. Cold weather. I'm banking on him to stay healthy. I really, really am. I may be banking on him, a bit too much, but that's what I believe in. I believe in the Texans this year.
Okay. You sure you don't want to pick the Browns?
No, I'm going to say they're going to get there, but that's as far as I'm willing to take it.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I hate doing this, over and over and over, but I got to go with the Pats in the AFC.
I can't fault you. I want to fault you. I want to badmouth you for it. There's not a team.
It doesn't feel good.
There's not a team I can't stand any worse than the Patriots. Them two. No, I can't do it. But I can't fault the pick either.
So in the NFC, what do you like going to the Super Bowl there? No, what you had the Saints and the Packers as your wild cards.
I had the Saints and Packers as a wild card. I like the Packers. I like the Falcons. I like the Eagles, but I'm sold on the Vikings. I really think Kirk Cousins is going to be a difference maker. He isn't going to be the complete and utter difference. It's going to be about the defense.
Sure.
It's going to be about the defense.
Yeah, for me, I like the Saints, man. I like the Saints. I think Drew Brees is going to give it one more shot.
I think if he did, this would be a ride out.
I think
he did.
I think the Eagles, it's as good as they'll be. It'll be hard to ride that high.
It always is.
Back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yeah. Unless you're the Patriots or Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah.
Those damn Patriots.
Damn fuckers.
But the Rams, again, they're another team that maybe not this year, but maybe Maybe next year.
I think the Rams got a little too lucky on the injury bug last year.
They're really young.
They
so
are
that helps
young.
you not get injured.
It does.
But at the same time, sometimes
and
they've made
a lot of big moves on defense. If they all pan out, shoot, I could. Like I said, I could certainly see it.
So yeah, I just think the Rams are a little too young yet. The Eagles, they'll probably drop off a little bit. The Packers are too much of a one-man team, and
not enough defense.
Yeah, just not quite, not enough to stop some of these other high-powered offenses on the board here.
Yeah.
So I guess you got Texans against Vikings, and I got Pats against Saints. I guess we'll see in February when we find out.
We'll see how this one plays on out. Stuff.
What else you got written down over here?
I guess that'd lead into our, I'd say, one of the things I think we both touched on would be our biggest disappointment. It certainly looks like we agree. I think the Jaguars were, the magic team last year. I don't see them on either one of our boards, going on down the lines. I don't recall either one of us picking them for an AFC slot. I think it's going to be the inconsistent quarterback play that's just going to catch up to them in the end. Teams are going to be able to focus on Leonard Fournette. I think they were a team like the Eagles last year that didn't get bit with the injury bug, or at least found a way to overcome it.
I'd also like to add to that Jalen Ramsey has been... Is
there a bigger mouth in the NFL anymore?
Hey, if you can back it up, you can back it up. But my God, dude, now I just call it me thinking it's bad karma or whatever. It just, I don't know, something about when you run your mouth that much publicly.
He's running his mouth so much that I actually think we probably could get him on this show just because he wants to talk. He wants to talk. He doesn't care where he's talking at.
And maybe we'll call him instead of Fitzgerald. But
yeah.
I agree with you there. I think the Bills, obviously, considering that they made the playoffs last year, I think the Bills, could be potentially in complete disarray already.
Yeah.
Compared to, losing. I know Tyrod Taylor isn't exactly like a world beater quarterback, but
he wasn't a world loser.
Yeah,
and that's again the reason why I like the Browns.
His numbers are better than what people give him credit for. There's no doubt about that.
They're not great. They're not spectacular, but he doesn't lose you the games. Mm-hmm. And you watched more of the Browns than I did last year, but I certainly believe I remember them being in a lot of games. They weren't blown out of a lot of games.
It's the NFL, so you have an opportunity to beat anybody any week.
You got it. You got a guy back.
So if you have a guy who doesn't turn the ball over,
you give yourself a chance. Certainly a better chance. I like that. I'd say that would lead us into probably our last topic for this show. Would be who you think of is going to be out the MVP this year.
MVP,
there's a lot.
There's a lot of players.
They're all quarterbacks, but they're a lot.
Well, I think it's got to come down to either Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, or Tom Brady, just because of
how can it not? Yeah,
what all three of those guys mean to their team, and what it would mean if their backups were playing instead of them. Now, maybe the Saints having Teddy Bridgewater, after he's there for a few weeks and learning the system and stuff, maybe won't be a huge drop-off, but I still think it would be. I mean, you got a guy who's throwing for 5,000 yards accurately.
Every year, 30 to 40 touchdowns.
He's like the heart and soul of the damn city, let alone the team, when you talk about New Orleans. Tom Brady, same deal. You take him out of the equation. Yeah, maybe Bill Belichick will magically win a couple games, but
there's no Super Bowl. You take Brady out, there's no Super Bowl.
And then Aaron Rodgers, when you talk about him, it's just like you have on your sheet here, nobody does it better.
There isn't. It'd be just some of the throws that he makes. You'd think it was impossible. You'd think it was pure luck, but he does it.
He does it all the time.
Every damn week, multiple times a week. Fits a ball in there where you
And the other thing that he does also better than anybody in the history of the NFL, and I mean you can throw Steve Young in there, you can throw Michael Vick in there, you can throw I don't care. I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers is faster than Michael Vick.
No.
I'm not saying anything outlandish like that. But when it comes to, his ability to use his legs, because he's definitely an elite athlete when it comes to, shifting side to side and just deceptive. the guy's deceptively fast, even still, after playing all these years. And I'll see once or twice, or maybe even sometimes, 3 or 4 times a game, where it's 3rd and 11, or 3rd and 9, 3rd and 12, something, right? And Aaron Rodgers will get the ball in the shotgun. They'll clear it out. They'll have 3, 4, 5 wide receivers, and he'll get that yardage, and he'll get out of bounds every single time. He'll get a couple yards more than they need, get out of bounds, not get hit, and I don't know how to explain it. It's just so composed. He's so composed when he's doing that too. And then there's also other times where he's scrambling left, throws across his body to his right, and fires at 50 yards.
You're never supposed to do, and it never goes wrong.
I guess what I'm trying to say about that is and again, as much as I don't like Aaron Rodgers, sometimes, man, you football fans out there, dude, like, he just got paid. Just appreciate watching him while he's there, because I'm telling you, dude, the stuff he does is stuff I've never seen before, and probably won't see again for a long time.
Yeah.
There's other people who might be able to do it once in a while, but it's just Aaron Rodgers does it consistently and does stuff that I'm like, wow.
I'm the old guy here. I can remember watching Joe Montana in his prime. I can remember watching.
Well, even
Steve
Tom Brady
Young.
and Drew Brees, some of these all-time greats, right?
They are, yeah.
And they are, and I would still consider
And they can throw the ball. They can throw.
Right.
But just watch the arm angles and stuff. The different arm angles.
If you put Aaron Rodgers on the Patriots, would he win all those Super Bowls too?
At least.
Probably.
At least all of those Super Bowls.
And as efficient as Tom Brady can be while still airing it out and not turning the ball over.
There's something to be said for those, 10 to 15 sacks that he would have avoided throughout the year. What he could have done with those.
Yep.
And stuff,
yeah, Tom Brady's not going to scramble for a first on the 3rd and 12.
No.
So it is what it is, but I don't know. Anything else you want to add to wrap up the Unspectacular Football Talk with Ray and Dean?
I think we've about covered week 1. The thing that I'd like to throw in is, hey, don't be shy. We're here for you guys.
Yeah.
Let's see some of your predictions down here at the bottom. Let's see who you like for the Super Bowl. Like I said, we plan on making this a lot more of an interactive thing in the soon-to-be weeks to come, with Twitter accounts, and we're going to have comments rolling on our Sunday, football watching. We want you guys involved. We're here for you guys.
Hit us up. Let us know what you want to see too.
What you want us to do.
What kind of content in the
minus
in the video.
minus taking off our clothes, we're pretty much open for anything.
I still might even do that.
Truth be told, I mean, get a beer or two in me. Yeah.
That'll be on a Patreon account, or a PayPal. We'll do. That'll be. Slide
you guys are gonna have to pay for the goods if you want to see the goods.
No one wants to pay. So
I know.
We're not gonna make a damn dime.
Sucks.
Well, anyway, I guess that wraps up our Unspectacular Football Talk, and we'll see y'all
next week.
Next week, probably next Tuesday.
See you next week on. Oh, it's not low budget
not
bets
low
anymore.
Budget bets.
Oh man.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with something.
Ruin my killer sign off. Oh well. So till next week.
Yeah.
Guys, be good.
Bye. Let's see how we're out.